Welcome to episode 42 of Bros Park.
43 of Bros Park.
43. Shit. Blazing 420. Anyways, you're welcome by yours truly.
It's
Jeff?
not even the 42nd episode.
You're
What are
welcome
we
by your-
talking
Shut
about?
up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Okay.
You're welcome by yours truly, Jeff and...
Colin, as usual, and it is another BEA beautiful day.
in the park.
No.
You know, I had an idea. I had a thought.
Oh, what was your idea? What was your fucking idea?
So, typical shonen,
Yeah.
you have One Piece, you got Naruto, you
Yep.
got Bleach, you got
Yep.
Jujutsu Kaisen, you got
The
Demon
big
Slayer.
three in the next
Like,
gen and all those guys. Yep.
Shonens, they are essentially the same, but they just do like a little spin, right?
Yeah, sure. They follow the same script.
I was thinking what would be your ideal shonen anime, I was thinking
Okay.
what if we took elements out of each and every single one? Because there were some where you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude, I hate this part of the story.
Yeah, you want to pick pieces from each, the best of the best of the
Exactly,
best of the best.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So I was thinking, what if we, little dabble here, dabble
Okay.
there. We might miss something.
Yeah, of course.
You guys can fill in the space. You know what I'm saying?
We might not even bring up some of the shonen that you love, so let us know down below what you guys
It's a
think.
shame that I don't stay up to date with One Piece.
Yeah, that one's. You know what? That if that's on anybody's list out there,
So
props to you.
I think just to start off, the main thing in shonen are battles,
Action,
fights,
action,
action,
fights.
action.
throwing down.
So the problem about a lot of the shonen is that power creep.
Yeah, as the seasons go on, as the characters get introduced.
For those of you who don't know, power creep is
Yeah.
basically it happens in games too.
Yep.
Gacha games,
Gacha
patch
games,
notes,
yeah.
League of Legends too.
Yeah, everything.
Oh, this character, this champion, not too strong. Oh, time to balance him.
Buff them up.
Buff him up, power spike him to the next OP, right? That happens so much in shonen, so much in the games that we play and everything.
Well, here's a perfect example: Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4.
Hey, wait, that's
Super
Dragon
Saiyan
Ball, man.
God.
That's
Super
Dragon
Saiyan God Super Saiyan. Ultra Instinct. Evolved Blue Super Saiyan God
Ball.
Super Saiyan.
You know what was lit? Super Saiyan Blue, Kaioken times 20. That shit was
Dude,
lit.
That's like the perfect example of power creep.
Dude, that form
Yeah.
takes 20 words. Super Saiyan
Saiyan
Blue, Kaioken times 20. Okay,
Kaioken's
fine,
one
sick.
word. But also,
That's
Super
crazy.
Saiyan Blue isn't actually Super Saiyan Blue. It's Super Saiyan God Super
Yeah,
Saiyan.
Super
Saiyan God Super Saiyan Kaioken
No, blue?
Blue.
Oh, no, yeah. I don't know.
No, I don't think blue's in there if it's
Kaioken
Kaioken times 20.
That's
like,
crazy.
like we're just fucking throwing words out there and we're saying, yeah, that's the powerful thing now.
Yeah. Anyways. So I had an example in my head. For those of you who don't know, Bleach.
Yep.
Bleach.
Yep. One of the big three. My favorite of the big three, actually. But
for example, Ichigo, super strong, super overpowered. He
Yeah,
gets
of
beat up
course.
sometimes, but he becomes back stronger.
always get stronger.
So I was thinking another character that everyone knows, Renji.
Renji
Abara.
Abara.
First, he used to be like a big bad antagonist, right?
He's kind of the GOAT in the beginning.
He's
He's kind of fucking sick.
No, he was an asshole in the beginning.
Yeah, he's the GOAT. We're saying the same thing here.
Yeah. Yeah,
With his sunglasses and
super
shit.
strong, little nice shades, tattoo, red hair.
Yeah.
But the thing
Widow's
is,
Peak up to fucking here.
But the thing is, you when you think about it,
Yep.
that guy, now that we've seen him, he is never beating anybody in the anime. He's
No.
never beating Ichigo. He's never beating Byakuya.
Yeah.
He's never beating fucking Chad. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Chad.
But he's never
dude.
beating Kenpachi or anything.
Yeah.
That guy is the worst.
What about Ikaku?
Ikaku's the same level. It's just like these guys, sure they're strong, but compared to anybody else, they pale in comparison.
And they
right?
never really got that much stronger. They just plateaued.
Well, except they got power creeped in goddamn the last arc. Anyways,
Okay, fair.
regardless
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
But I was thinking a power system that really did it perfectly, in my opinion, is Hunter x Hunter and JoJo.
Okay.
I'll go into more depth. Like Hunter x Hunter, like everybody has a unique power.
Yeah.
Could be lame. Could
Yeah.
be whatever. Like, hey, like I punch my fist and it like teleports to this way. But like the thing is, like everybody is so unique and like so smart in the way that they utilize their power that like they can be OP. Like they can actually like be
Yeah.
like the strongest.
Any one
character.
of them. Yeah.
Like, they could win battles just pure based off like battle IQ and everything.
Mhm.
The same thing with JoJo. JoJo is like, I know you don't watch it, but
No,
like,
no.
everybody has a goddamn unique stand.
Their
and
stand,
like,
yeah.
some stands are like so stupid,
Yeah.
but then at the same time they're so strong.
Even though they're fucking dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like freaking I don't know, like Spicy Gal and that's literally
Yeah. That's the name of the
that's
stand.
literally
Yeah, I
that.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
she punches things, turns things to rubber, and like flexible and pliable.
Yeah.
Like that's a weird ability, but like it can be super strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so hard to do power systems because okay, let's take something that's not so magical fantasy based. Like let's take Baki.
Okay, yeah.
Like
Baki?
there's a certain power creep and a certain power level, but it really comes down to just like how stupid do they want to get with physical strength?
Yep.
They're like, oh, if I like put my my hand against your ear and create a vacuum, it like sucks your brain out or it's oxygen deprivation.
Yeah.
Like that's fucking insane.
Yep.
That like whatever, but like everybody's doing stupid crazy shit. Like that's not
like,
any more broken.
If I can imagine it, I can become a dinosaur.
Yeah.
I can have the strength of a stegosaurus. Like, whoa.
Fucking okay.
Damn,
And
bro.
that's like that to me is still a better system that's not being exploited than like this is a big thing that he's always said. He's like, I shoot 10,000 arrows a second. Well, haha, I can deflect 10,010 arrows per second.
Exactly.
And then they win. So like that's like not a system like that.
I think it kind of goes into like the whole principle of like, does it make sense? Even though it's like, nonsensical or like kind of like outlandish, does it make sense in the universe? Like in that like, story universe.
Do you like the JJK power system?
Oh man, like I think they also did it well. I should have included that. The whole curses.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, there's like drawbacks to their powers too.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I like JJK. I actually love JJK, but I find that the power system is also a little bit skewed because like let's talk about, for example, Gojo or Sukuna, right?
Yeah, they're unfortunately just
what are we doing here? Like Sukuna's like, I can cut through everything. Like my power is what, severing or something
dismantle,
slicing? Yeah,
severing
and
fuga.
Like that I get there's like implicit differences to those words and everything, but it's still just like, wow, I can like sever anything. And then it just becomes, am I stronger than you? Yes, I can sever you. If not, no.
So like the power system is good, but then like execution, I would say.
Yeah.
But okay. Going like further into JJK, it's the fact that like the fights themselves when it comes to like villains. You know how like One Piece kind of falls into this problem. It's like, oh, my crew's fighting your crew. Okay, let's go to our respective 1v1s.
Yeah, of course. You always pair off. Pair off.
Okay. Like, but then in JJK, it's literally like, holy fuck, this curse is way too powerful. We gotta
dog him.
We gotta
dog him.
Yeah. Dude, like, I love the fact that they just fucking jump these goddamn curses.
All the S classes.
And just throw hands. Like, I like that fact that like there's actual like tension. Like, yo man, if there's a 1v1, you're dead.
Yep.
But since it's a 2v1, god damn.
So what I'm hearing is you love the power of friendship and clapping to teleport with each other against Mahito.
Clapping cheeks, man. God damn.
That fight, I will say, is one of my favorite like 2v1s.
Dude, they had so many 2v1s. Like there's Yuji and Nanami versus what's it called? Patch face guy. I forgot what
Mahito.
Mahito. There's
Mahito, I think.
Yuji and Toto versus the Hanami. Just damn.
I just I like it against Mahito, and I like Yuji and Toji against him. But also like even the 1v1s, they throw down hard. Like we were just talking about Toji versus what's the lobster fucking name again? I forget his name. It's it's the cursed spirit of the oceans of like tsunami
the
or
water
whatever.
cursed spirit.
Yeah, in his domain expansion.
Yeah.
As Toji like comes through the portal as they're all trying to leave. Like
that guy just invaded for no reason.
Yeah, that guy's
I'm gonna
hype.
do
That
this.
guy's hype as shit. Like, okay. I really enjoy those fights. And I think JJK executed the action scenes and like the choreography very well.
Exactly. Like a choreography makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much you can do in manga, but then like, the anime takes it from there. So like JJK had perfect, like I think it was great choreography.
Mm-hmm.
Demon Slayer has awesome choreography too. Like there's actual like, we're actually battling, parrying, defending, attacking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say that Demon Slayer choreography is a step lower, but it's artistically better.
Fair enough. It's just the animation just takes it to that other level. Mm-hmm. The problem is like, a lot of like, the big three they do. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna use my ability. Oh crap. I use my ability that counters this.
Yep.
Great.
Yeah, that's it.
But then
that's
like
the whole fight.
there's no like actual like, them duking out or like, battling with their swords or whatever weapon.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem about like that some Bleach in that instance.
I'm not up to date all the way through with Bleach, and I mean also not with One Piece. But I'm trying to think of the last like good choreographed fight in Bleach that like really stands out to me. I don't know. I actually can't even think of one.
I know one like a good one would be Ichigo when he faced Ginjo in the Fullbringer arc.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
That had like good animation, good like fight choreography and all.
Yeah.
That.
I was gonna say because animation like we're like kind of keeping that separate, right? But
I know we're
the choreography
focusing on Bleach is just because we
we
know
grew up with
Bleach,
that shit and it was
when in doubt gets you attention.
Yeah, exactly.
When in doubt, hey. When in doubt, Bankai.
Yeah, I mean all like
oh no, a hollow Bankai.
Think of like all the Aizen fights. It's just like here I am using Forbidden Hado. Here I am using Forbidden Kido, and then Ichigo's like, haha, and then he uses Getsuga Tensha, and then that's it. Like that's the Aizen fights, right? Like
yeah, literally nothing really happened. They just swung a sword a few times, like defended, and Mugetsu.
Yeah,
that was literally the fight. Nothing else really happened.
No, and I think like honestly, a lot of the like Wakumundo arc is the same. I think it's just like kind of abilities running through.
Yep.
I don't even know if the Soul Society arc had it. I was like thinking about Ichigo versus Kenpachi the first time.
Yep.
I don't even really think that they did much choreography. I think they relied heavily on like big swing, freeze frame, building, start falling down.
Yeah. The freaking
like,
Kenpachi.
They just relied on that stuff, which is like, I guess back in that time it was good.
It's kind of similar to like, Dragon Ball where they like, the final conflict, power clash with the beams.
Yeah, they do. They always have their one shtick, and they stick to that.
Or it's like, spirit bomb, help me out.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I think Super did do it well in the Tournament Power, where like the choreography for the fights were pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
I think that actually Dragon Ball, honestly, might have done fight choreographies maybe better than Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
now that I'm thinking about it.
I don't remember Dragon Ball.
Yeah, because they relied a lot more heavily on the martial arts aspect.
Oh, the martial arts tournament. Okay, yeah.
Then like here I am using like my fucking tri-beam or like my fucking destructo discs and stuff. Yeah, I'm not saying it wasn't lit, but I'm just saying that it's not good fight choreo.
Do you remember when Tien was tri-beaming Cell?
Yeah.
Have you seen the abridged version of it?
No, I haven't seen
Dude,
that.
I love that shit. How did it go? I don't want to spoil it. It's like fuck Super Saiyans, fuck power levels, and fuck you. That shit was so lit.
It just goes hard.
It went so hard.
I think that as soon as you get to magic powers, it becomes hard to have good fight choreo. Yeah. I think that's the hard part. And one that did that well, which is not shonen, is Frieren. I think Frieren did like magic, spell casting, and everything like that, like pretty well.
It always goes back to Frieren.
Back to Frieren. But also, I think Solo Leveling did have good fight choreo.
Oh, yep.
I think it had great fight choreo.
Yep.
I wouldn't. I'd probably put it on the same level as Jujutsu Kaisen, I think, for me. So,
that's a hot take and a half.
I mean, on the solo, like, melee fights, throwing down and all these things, I think that it did well. And, like, I'm thinking of the Kargalon fight where he, like, grabs the chandelier and ropes the chain around him and pulls him down. Like, the choreo was interesting. But then you go back to Toji versus fucking the Ocean Sphere.
That
and like,
next level,
that's
man.
next level. It's crazy. It's hype, right? I'd probably prefer that one.
Yeah.
But overall, right? So I think I'm just going to, like, I guess while we're piecing this together, because we're talking about it, I think Shonen fight choreo, I'd probably pick, like, JJK. I think.
Same.
Would you pick JJK? Yeah.
So for me, it's kind of like, the power system of Hunter x Hunter.
Okay.
And
fight choreo.
And JoJo Bizarre Adventures. And like the fight choreography of JJK.
I'd probably so far take fight choreo of JJK, and power system is interesting. From what we've seen right now, I think that if soul leveling wasn't where it was at right now, like in season 2, and we don't know where it's going in season 3, I guess like you readers out there would know.
Anime only.
Yeah. I would probably pick it at the end of season 1. I actually really enjoyed that power system, because I enjoyed the concept that you can't get stronger. Like, there is no power creep because you can't get stronger, right? Like, you are as strong as you are.
In soul leveling?
Yeah, in soul leveling.
You just level up.
But there isn't leveling up unless you're Sung Jinwoo, right? Everybody else, like the entire power system, quote unquote.
As if you're not the main character.
Yeah, it's stationary, right? So I would have picked that, but then like season 2 came along and it seems fucking nutso, right?
Yeah.
So
dude, basically, in soul leveling, if you're not Sung Jinwoo, it's basically pay to win.
Yep.
As long as you have, long as you have the equipment,
you're good. You're good. I think power system, we didn't talk about it, but it just came to mind. I probably would take Mushoku
Tensei.
Yeah, I like the system of magic.
That's true. They did do like a lot of good world.
They did an amazing world building in terms of the power system and the monsters that are out there, and like almost like quests in the different regions and stuff like that.
And because he's so OP, he actually used like science from like our world for his like isekai world.
Which if he wasn't isekai, like that would never exist in that world. So like the power system is great. So I'd probably take Mushoku power system actually.
Well, that's just magic in general, right?
Yep. yeah. That's fair. That's fair. So yeah, fight choreo JJK, and then power system and Mushoku for me.
Okay. We've been talking about fighting, power systems, all that.
Yep.
What about classic in shonen? There has to be a ship.
And one ship,
or a waifu,
full ship,
or
multiple waifus. Yeah, lots of ships.
All the girls fall for the main character and everything.
Yeah, shit.
I kind of like.
You don't like Ichigo and Orihime?
No. It's just that like it's nice because it gives you waifus and the waifus draw people into that anime.
Of course, makes it more popular.
I love this one.
Best girl, blah blah.
But I kind of like it when there's only just one.
Okay.
And like they have their own funny dynamics, but at the same time, I can see it being a little bit stale over time.
Before we continue, Orihime or Rukia for Ichigo?
Oh man,
you got to pick one.
Man, the problem is like Ichigo's like 18 or something.
Yeah.
Rukia's like 500.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah. That's
freaking weird.
Also
man.
true.
She goddamn ghost.
Okay, so you're saying Orihime?
I know I like Rukia.
Yeah, that's what I fucking
I'm
thought.
a
Okay,
Rukia
yeah. Okay, I'm fucking Orihime, but
of course.
And then okay, so a single ship, a single
either
for you.
For me, it's either stick with a ship, or go the Mushoku Tensei route and just have straight
fucking
like
degeneracy harem.
Straight harem.
Yeah,
like.
Fuck.
The main character gets with all
polygamy,
the girls.
He has multiple wives.
Yeah, like why play around with the ships and everything?
Why, Exactly. Why limit yourself?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right.
Know your limits. Play within it.
We know where your head's at.
Yeah. So like either keep it one, Like or like don't pull that
Sure.
will they won't they
Yeah.
type of deal. Like I don't want that dragging on.
I don't want the Dragon Balls like version of it. I hate pro tags that are like the clueless pro tag that know nothing.
God.
I fucking
know
hate
nothing
that
about
shit.
romance.
Yeah, fuck off. And like, especially in Dragon Ball where there's no progression of it.
Yep.
Like zero. If you're clueless at the beginning and then you end up becoming more like
romantic.
yeah, like
something.
romantically inclined or intelligent around relationships, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
But like fuck Dragon Ball in that way. Anyways.
Dude, there's a scene in Dragon Ball Super where it's like, Goku's got kids, Gohan and Goten.
We've talked about this
and
before.
freaking he's like I've never kissed Chi-Chi before.
Yeah.
Bro, what?
Yeah,
you got kids, man.
Yep.
What the
How did that happen?
What the shit?
I really like Masamune Kun's Revenge.
Oh man, that's a throwback. I haven't seen
That's
that.
a throwback. I was just thinking about it because the season 2 came out. It's not a shonen.
Isn't that
It's
just
over.
a legit revenge story?
Kind of, but I think they fall for each other. I think he because
so initially he hates her.
okay.
Right?
So what I
I'm trying to
remember
remember
is that he thought she rejected him because he was fat.
Yeah.
And ugly. But she actually had feelings for him. And then he got hot for high school. She didn't recognize him. And he's trying so hard to make her fall for him so that he can dump her.
Yeah, does she fall for him?
And then I think she falls for him. But he falls for her. And then they get together.
Oh, God.
Which is that's fine. That's a nice little thing. It's better than an actual revenge story.
To be honest, it's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It opens itself up for a lot of comedic elements.
Yeah, but you're more of a quintessential quintuplets type of vibe. All 5 of them.
No, I'm more of a kanojo.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
But okay, but the thing is there's also comedy elements in shonen too.
Yeah,
right?
100%.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm okay for comedy as long as it doesn't impede the moments where it's intense or sad or someone kicks the bucket.
Yeah. I honestly in my perfect scenario shonen that we're talking about, right? I think I would take the romance, or I guess in this situation, the lack of romance from Konosuba. I think it just plays up the romance, and it's so funny because it's not actually there. Like, it's never there. He doesn't actually have feelings for any of them.
That guy's a complete pervert degenerate.
I didn't say the pervertedness. I said the fact that there's no romance.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't think that there needs to be, in my action shonen, a love interest. I don't think I need that. Personally, I don't need it.
If we're going to talk about Konosuba, we're going to have to talk about fan service.
Okay.
There's a shit ton of fan
Well,
service
you have an answer. What romance from what anime would you pick?
Ooh, for fan service level.
No, for romance.
Oh, for romance.
For romance.
Oh, for romance.
Yeah, unless you're saying Mushoku Tensei with multiple wives and everything.
Okay, you know what? If I'm gonna insert myself into the main character, it's gotta be Mushoku Tensei.
Oh my fucking god! Okay,
get as many wives as possible.
Okay,
they're literally
gotta catch them all.
They're literally Pokemon.
Yeah. They all have different hair colors. Yeah, it works out perfectly.
May as well.
Okay,
so
Mushoku Tensei.
Okay, I got
fight choreo.
A power system of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and Hunter x Hunter.
Yep.
Coro,
fight choreo.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. Romance.
Mushoku
Tensei.
Mushoku Tensei.
All right.
And the romance in Mushoku Tensei is actually quite mature. At the end of the day.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it is. They're actually past season 1.
Yeah.
Past season 1, it gets to be more romantic.
Comedy. I think that's kind of open to interpretation. I do Konosuba comedy, but
I think Konosuba would be too much for me in a shonen.
Wacky and zany, so
in a shonen for sure.
No,
I don't know.
I don't know about comedy.
Yeah, I don't think I need too much comedy in my
in
my shonen either.
Fan service. I
mean, I'm a big fan of the Sung Jinwoo fan service, which is not your stereotypical tits and ass out. It's more of just ora farming fan service.
Like that guy.
He's that fucking guy, right?
My fan service would be I forgot what's it called. Keijo.
the fucking like knock each other off the like wipeout thing with their tits and ass.
Yeah, exactly. It's very like, you know, hit each other with their asses.
Okay, so it's not fan service; it's the whole anime.
I'm
That's
just kidding. I don't know why that popped up on my YouTube feed recently. I'm like, why is this here?
Yeah,
I'm
weird.
gonna click into it.
Yeah, weird that it popped up.
Yeah.
Who knew?
I guess some fan service is nice and everything, but like it doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I haven't gone too far into One Piece as we've talked about before on this pod, and like,
oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say like Nami is like fucking 000 waist
Well,
with
the
like
problem is,
Z size.
like, well, that's like
tits,
One Piece. They were like, you know, moderately sized, but then in the newer versions, they're like vacuum waist. Whoa, whoa, damn! How is that possible?
Yeah.
I guess romance for me would be. Oh, I just had it in my head.
Romance you just said was Mashoko
Well,
Tensei.
No. Fan service.
Fan service, okay.
You know what does it well?
What? This is a hot take that any fan service is done well. Okay.
They have fan service, but at the same time, there's fan service for the guys too.
There is
and
fan
girls,
service for the guys,
right?
yeah,
They
for
do
sure.
it equally, but
They
more
do
so
equally.
more so with the girls.
Yeah, of course.
So,
it's just Shion, dude.
Yeah.
It's just Shion.
At least they pander to
you know what? If you're
everybody.
gonna do it both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I think they did it well there.
Okay, I'm more about like aura farming fan service and like tits. I don't need tits.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I don't need that. But like, I also think that interestingly enough, Bleach doesn't have too much fan service from what I remember.
Fucking Yori,
it's just,
man.
It's like,
and Inoue.
It's for sure for me. It's basically Rangiku.
Oh, I forgot about her.
Like, I don't think you needed the chain going between her chest, like in every single scene. Like, she's got the dog collar chain that goes down, and like beyond that, though, maybe Inoue. Maybe Yoruichi, but like Rangiku is the most blatant one.
Oh yeah.
And then beyond that, I like that's it. And that's pretty like limit in terms of anime. That's the same thing as Shion.
Yeah, fair.
Shion's also fucking crazy. Like she could wear anything.
God damn.
She doesn't.
Yeah. Okay.
So fan service, I would go solo leveling for me because it's more of like the aura farming like hype fan service and like tits out. You know?
How about this little plotline cliche that is always there? Shonen, they always have like that older mentor, you know?
Okay, yeah.
And usually that older
like
mentor
One-chan.
Yeah, is like super strong.
Yeah.
But you know, like they've taken a step back and everything.
Yeah.
Or they get killed off. And then it's like, no. You get so sad.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's always like that. It always happens.
Are you thinking like a Master Roshi type vibe?
Yeah, well that guy stayed alive.
Yeah, I didn't say killed off. You just said he took a step back. He definitely took a step back.
Yeah. I like the fact that like when there's a very OP character, you're like, oh shit, that guy's the shit. But you know, like you only see him sparingly.
Okay. Yeah. You never really see him awaken his full power type vibe.
Exactly. It's like oh my god.
Sakamoto days.
Sakamoto days. True.
That's my goat, like old senpai.
Yeah.
Fucking never see his true form type situation.
I love how he just gets skinny all of a sudden.
Yeah, he doesn't get skinny. He gets shredded.
That is pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
I think for me, old senpai, Sakamoto days. What about you?
For me, I felt like it was pretty cool seeing in Jujutsu Kaisen Gojo. Seeing him kick ass.
Okay, sure.
But the thing is, the problem is he's just so OP.
He's so overpowered.
Yeah,
like
so
he walks at what's the tree one, Hanami?
Yeah.
He walks at Hanami and blows them the fuck up.
That was freaking cool.
Like,
I
that's
like
crazy.
I like that. That was pretty cool.
That's not a senpai. That's just a fucking nuclear weapon.
He's actually like a main character.
Yeah. But I feel you. I feel you. I feel like most people, like I think that a lot of people would say, Avatar. Zuko's
Uncle
mentor.
Iroh.
Yeah, Uncle Iroh.
Yeah, goddamn.
I think a lot of people would say
that guy
him.
was so good.
He's
That's
so good.
That's a character done right.
Yeah, he is done right. Okay, now what about animation art style?
Ooh.
Because like you have like Demon Slayer, for example. You have your stereotypical, Bleach and Naruto.
Yeah.
You have new solo leveling, or you have. I mean, even if you wanted to go that way, you could have like different ones like Cyberpunk Edge Runners or Arcane.
Damn,
what-
dude, there's
so many different art styles. Or Dan Dan Dan, right? Like what's the art style for me? For me, I'll you can think on yours. I think like Dan Dan Dan, and that type of vibe is a bit too slated for comedy.
Yep. Too wacky.
Yeah.
Much going on.
For a shonen for me, I think that Demon Slayer is too artistically styled for me.
Okay.
I think it's great for what it is, but I wouldn't want more of it than just Demon Slayer. So I think it would probably be Solo Leveling for me. I think for animation artwork style of like the fights and stuff like that.
Yep.
I think Solo Leveling.
It's not bad. Not bad.
What about you?
Honestly,
JoJo?
Nah. Ooh.
JoJo's
up there. JoJo's up there. But I like the animation overall of Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, okay.
They did really well. It holds up to this day.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, the 2011 one, the more recent.
The more
one,
recent,
unfortunately on hiatus and never gonna come back.
Nice.
But like, every episode of Hunter x Hunter looked good. Like there was like, it was consistently good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
the fight scenes were great.
I think for a shonen anime, I want more of a serious art style, almost like Attack on Titan, where everybody's kind of like looking grim and like looking grizzled and everything. I like that for an action anime. So I think that would be good as well. But I think just the stereotypical, like new age stereotypical Solo Leveling would be like sick. Yeah. I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay,
damn,
so
dude,
like
we got a hodgepodge.
Yeah.
Of like freaking shonen.
All right, let's go through the list. Let's end off with going through the list, and you guys can write down below what you guys would put for each of these categories.
What would be your guys'?
We want to know what you think. So let's go with
power system first.
Power system for you.
Let's run it back. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, Hunter x Hunter.
And for me, it would be Mashoko Tensei. Okay. Next up, we got let's go with Fight Choreo.
Jujutsu Kaisen for me.
Jujutsu Kaisen, which is it's good that we agree at least on one.
Freaking map, I killed it, man.
They fucking did.
Unfortunately, fight choreography, it all depends on how much money you got.
Yeah, that's true. You can only spend so much.
How much like slave labor that you have.
Calm the fuck
true,
down.
Man. The animators get worked to the bone.
They did 100%.
Yeah.
All right, romance. Like a ship or a romantic interest. What anime were you saying?
Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, okay. And for me, it was Konosuba and that lack thereof romantic interest. Fan service. Slime. Okay, yeah. Slime. And I'm Solo Leveling. Yeah.
Yep.
And now
the
old senpai.
The cliche like, oh well, that guy's like crazy OP. That's not the main character.
Yeah.
Jujutsu Kaisen for me.
I forget who I said.
You said Sakamoto Days.
Yeah, Sakamoto Days. Yeah. I was like, yeah. That guy, he's the main character, unfortunately. But same thing with Gojo. Okay, like, we'll and be at ends for that.
We said animation style, but then when you really think about it, it's like, what studio do you want?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. The art style.
Yeah.
For me, who did Solo Leveling? A1.
A1.
Yeah. So for me, I think like Solo Leveling level of A1. And what about you?
For me, it'd be Mappa. They did Jujutsu Kaisen.
You said Hunter x Hunter, though.
I know.
That's not Mappa.
Oh, wait, who did Hunter x Hunter?
I don't know. It's definitely not Mappa.
Madhouse did it.
Yes.
But unfortunately, like, Madhouse recently is...
They're not doing
too hot.
They're not tippy top, for sure.
I know. But Madhouse back in the day.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. Well, there you go. Now you've heard our opinions of these categories for our perfect shonen. If I had to actually think about it, now that I'm saying all those out loud, I feel like it would be a shit shonen, but that is A-okay. You never know.
You never know.
All right. So let us know down below what you guys would put down for those categories, what your favorite shonen or best shonen would look like.
And if we miss something, like, you know, I now that I think about it, we missed, like, do they have a good set of nakamas? You know, a set of friends, you know, allies.
Sure,
and everything. You know,
the crew.
Every shonen has their own, like,
they need a
policy.
Crew. Yeah,
we missed that, but whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think? You know?
Yeah, let us know your crews and every other category that we missed.
Did I just butcher nakamas?
I hate when you throw the accent on it for no reason. But anyways, that was episode 43, and we will catch you on the next one. Peace.
Peace, guys.